Hey, great afternoon to you. It is a fabulous Friday here in August. The time is moving on in 2025. It is just moving. We're in August. Next week, kids go back to school here where I live in Texas. They may have already gone back to school where you live, or they're getting ready to go back. So I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about an important subject, and that's retirement planning for women. That's really near and dear to my heart, being a woman and the fact that I had to plan for my own retirement. And so, what we need to understand about retirement planning for women is that women face longer, have a longer lifespan and face unique retirement challenges, lower lifetime earnings, and career pauses for personal things that could happen to them, such as having children or a major illness, or maybe having to take off work to take care of a parent or a spouse. And so we need to talk about the planning for women, whether you're single or you're married. It is very, very important that you plan for your retirement. I'm Rita Oliver. I am the CEO and president of Strategies, Options, and Solutions. And we are a financial coaching and retirement planning education firm where we help corporations and government agencies to train their employees on financial management strategies and retirement planning fundamentals so that they retire with confidence and they retire with financial security. We are unlike other companies that do plan administration in terms of designing the benefits. What we do is educate the employees how to retire with money. So, a lot of the employees in the workplace today, and of course in America, women are the majority of the population. So, women need to take care of themselves, as my mother told me, whether you're single or married. And financially taking care of yourself is a very important thing, along with professionally, socially, emotionally, physically. So, taking care and having the money will help you go through the other parts of your life professionally, socially. Because what I know is life problems are usually around money, and money problems will cause you life problems. So, what we need to talk about and think about here are the points that women need to think about for retirement is longevity and the income gaps. We've got to plan for 30 plus years once we retire. You've got to have money to last for that long. And so there are income gaps that could occur in your career history. First and foremost, as women, usually we are paid a lot less than men. And then if you do have a time in your career where you have to stop working to have a child, or stop or have to take a leave of absence to take care of a parent or a spouse, that could impact us as well. Then we've also got to understand about Social Security, our own Social Security, and the Social Security for our spouse, because you are entitled to spousal benefits. That is, if your spouse dies, or if you all get a divorce at a certain age, you can still claim those spousal benefits as long as you don't remarry again. And then also too, we've got to build confidence through financial literacy. We don't have a lot of knowledge about money. We're starting to gain more knowledge. I'm one of the people helping in that situation for women in terms of simplifying the complex when it comes to retirement planning. So we've got to learn more of what it means in the financial world, the terminology, how we make decisions, how to develop strategies, how to manage our finances, and how for the short term and for the long term. And then we've also got to deal with realities in our life. Some women may never marry, so therefore it is most imperative that you take care of your retirement. And even if a woman does marry, it is still imperative that she takes care of her retirement. So we face those unique challenges. So our retirement planning must be intentional, and it must be tailored. Intention means that you've got to be responsible for it, and you've got to do something about it, and you got to do something about it now. And then tailored means it's got to be custom to the lifestyle that you plan to have in the future. If art is what you're doing today going to be what you're going to be doing tomorrow? And you may say, well, I really don't know. Well, really it's time for you to know. How do you plan to live in the future? Will you turn it up, as they say? Will you take it down? Or will it be just kind of a calm medium as you go through life in retirement? And then, so here's what you've got to do. You got to start with your timeline. And one of the most important things to plan that timeline is about your health care. If you work in corporate America, your health insurance is not portable and it does not go with you. So therefore, you more than likely will retire at the age of 65 or older because your health insurance at that time will be Medicare, since your health insurance with your company will stop. Then, if you're in the federal government or state government, local governments, your health insurance is usually what we call portable, meaning that it will go with you and your benefits will stay the same. The cost may change and you may start paying it monthly instead of bi-weekly. Healthcare costs are a big, big factor in retirement because your healthcare costs will go up as you get older. You go to the doctor more frequently. There are other things that just happen as you get older. But one thing we can do to combat that is to have us a good physical exercise program and to change our diet. I'm here to tell you that, okay? So the healthcare costs, you've got to understand that. Your copays could change in retirement. Then going on Medicare, you have Medicare Part A, B, C, and D. And Part B is usually what will replace the health care for those, those in the private sector. And it's an income-based premium. And that premium changes every year. It's an income-based premium. And that premium is not just based on the amount of your income at the time you retire. They qualify you for it 2 years on the income 2 years prior to you retiring. So you really got to be up on that, okay? You really got to know about that. And then the next thing is you got to understand Social Security, your benefits, and especially spousal and survivor benefits. Because Social Security, you pay into that every 2 weeks. Your spouse is paying into that. So if your spouse precedes you in death, you're entitled to spousal benefits. You're entitled to widow benefits. So there are things that you need to know there. You got to understand how that works. And then financial literacy. You deserve some clarity and control. So therefore, it is important that you educate yourself, about your retirement, about your finances, about estate planning, everything in your life, insurance, all of that. It is important that you have the knowledge, you have the strategies, and so you can execute what you need to protect yourself today and tomorrow. So you see, retirement is not a one size fits all. So you got to make sure that your plan reflects your life and your goals and that you have enough money for financial security.